Hello everyone, welcome to Magical Me. I'm Jamie Mendez, spiritual intuitive and oracle, and I am here with my weekly Moonday Oracle Message. So this is going to be a message for the collective, so everyone who finds themselves here watching this, whether you're watching it live or whether you're watching it on the replay, even if you're watching the replay months from now, I do set the intention that all of those who are in need of hearing something within this message today will find themselves here. So I'm going to wait a few moments before I go into anything further and just allow people to connect and allow people to see that I am live. And I do see a few of you popping in. Bridget, Jillian, Laura, Sherry. Oh, good morning to you over there in Australia. It's good evening here, but good morning to you, sweetheart, and thank you for being able to, or for tuning in. Hi, Noreen. Hi, Donna. Hi, Liz. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Alexandria. Oh, welcome, lovelies. I'm so happy that you were able to make it. Hello, Amanda. Welcome. So bear with me one moment. I'm going to start sharing, letting people know that I am live, and I will do it as quickly as the internet allows. Hello, beautiful Beth. Welcome. Hey, Tor. Welcome. Thank you for being here. So how is everybody this magical moon day? Let's see if I can share this quickly. Gina, welcome. Hello, beautiful Lindsay. Hello, Star. Welcome. Oh, good, Tor. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, I'm just about finished. Noreen says it's been a hectic few days. Bring on the good vibes and blessings, please. Oh, it has been, hasn't it? I do hope to bring some good, peaceful, calming vibes today. So, yes, Di, I can see you, beautiful. Welcome. Hello, Carmela. Okay, give me one more second here. Oh. My fingers are cold, so I feel like they're not moving fast enough. Okay, that's it for now. Hey, Lens. Hello, Dawn. Hello, Bridge. Welcome. Aren't you on vacation, beautiful? Okay, I think I've got it. Hey, Courtney. Welcome. All right. All right, so welcome everybody. Thank you so much for being here with me this week. I'm going to go into the rundown really quickly of what this is for those of you who are new to my page and find yourself tuning in and wondering what it is that I am talking about or I am doing here. Beautiful Patty, welcome, sweetheart. Yes, happy Moon Day, Courtney. So, for anybody who's new to my page, once again, I am an oracle, I am an intuitive, and I use my abilities and my oracle cards to bring forth divine guidance and messages for our highest and greatest good as a collective every Monday, or so long as the universe and divine timing allows me to. So I try to come here and bring forth a positive, powerful message to assist us in what we most need to know for the week. I do set the intention that the message is going to resonate for anybody who finds themselves here. So that means it doesn't matter when you're watching this, it doesn't matter what you have going on in your life, this message will resonate with you uniquely as you most need to hear it, when you most need to hear it. All right, so it doesn't matter if this is live or not. Hello, Hannah, Lala, Sarah, welcome, beautifuls. Again, it's a message that I use oracle cards as well as my own intuitive information and or intuitive abilities. And it is more of a personal, not a personalized, but more of an overview or a generalized message, again, for all of us and what we most need to know. I'm not offering private readings here today at this time. I do offer private readings. You can message me privately if you would like to book one of those. Also, my sister business, Oracles of the Light, my partners Lindsay and Karen also offer oracle card readings. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a minute. So again, it's more of an overview of what we almost need to know for the energy of the week ahead, just to give us a bit of a heads up, some insight, because really knowledge is power, and having that awareness of what you can maybe expect, although it's never exactly how we expect it to be, having that awareness when things do occur, it gives us the insight needed to get ahead of something or go in flow with the energy, because it is so, so important to move fluidly and in flow with the energy and with the universe and with, versus against it and trying to control things, because that's where things do get a little bit messy. So this is really that heads up for all of us, if you will. So how it works is I do like to usually talk first about any news and announcements that I have going on here at Magical Me or at my sister business, Oracles of the Light. Afterwards, I do talk about the energy forecast or the empathy forecast and what might be going on energetically that I'm picking up on, or if there's anything going on with the planets and a little bit of astrology and whatnot. I'll talk about that if I'm guided to. And then I pull the oracle message. So I'll pull a card and I'll show it to everybody and go over what that intuitively means. And then I like to work with a mudra together. So I'll get into all of that as we go. Hey, Mandy Love. Hi, Katrina. Hey, Nicole. Welcome. Oh, I'm glad you all made it. Diana, welcome. So I'm not ignoring anybody, so please feel free to send a couple comments and I'll see them sooner or later. Sometimes I can only see so many at a time. So I just want you to know that in advance. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it. There's not really many news and announcements at this time, except for, hello, Jennifer. Oh, welcome. I am so happy that you found yourself here then. The news and announcements, there's really not a whole lot to announce at this time. However, Oracles, which is, again, I said my sister business, so I have teamed up with two of my soul sisters, Lindsay and Karen, and together we are Oracles of the Light. You can check out our Facebook page if you'd like to after this. Together we have launched our monthly newsletter. We are calling it our Light Tribe, anybody who subscribes to our newsletter. And you get a lot of information that you wouldn't ordinarily get just from, tuning in here or seeing things on Facebook. However, today we decided to offer, in addition to the monthly one we already launched for the month of March, a special newsletter today for our Light Tribe. And it went out, so everybody who is already subscribed, you should have gotten that in your email. If not, check your spam. If you are not subscribed to our newsletter, you can do so by going over to our Facebook page and clicking the email sign up, or you can go onto our website, www.oraclesofthelight.com, and it should pop up for you there and kind of prompt you to sign up if you'd like to. And so this newsletter that went out today, the three of us put our heads together and decided that we really wanted to do what it is that we do best, and that is help people. And so we wanted to come up with a bunch of tips and tools that everyone could use with everything that is going on right now in the world to bring forth some peace, some healing into our lives, as well as some grounding. Also, we have included tips for, a lot of the kids are home from school right now. People might be out of work. So what tools and tips you can do for young children, for teens, what adults can do. We also even went the extra mile and put some tips in there for all of our magnificent health workers or healthcare workers that are out there right now, and many maybe working day and night. So we put some tips in there for that. Some messages that came in intuitively are there for some assistance for everyone and some activities that you can do. From mudras to the violet flame to Archangel Raphael. Also, the oracles and I have decided to offer our distance and remote sessions to everybody for an incredibly discounted rate. We also are very, very open to a sliding scale. It is not about the money. It is about what we are here to do and what we can do to help others in this very challenging time that we're all experiencing right now. So we do offer for those, who might be restricted or limited in what they can do or where they can travel. We do offer remote distance Reiki healing sessions. We do also offer, I'm sorry, my cat is like wanting to come over here right now. We do also offer oracle card readings for any guidance and insight people may need. And we are offering mini sessions at an incredibly discounted rate right now. So the information is there. If you would like to sign up and be part of our Light Tribe, again, you can do that by subscribing. And if you did not get that email and you look in your new your spam or you look in your regular inbox, just reach out to us, let us know, and we can make sure, see what's going on with that, okay? So that's really it right now for the announcements. I want to talk a little bit more about the energy and what's going on for everybody. Hello, beautiful Lara. Oh, welcome. I'm so glad you made it. I know you are over in Portugal, so the time is a huge difference. Did I miss anything else? Hi, Deborah. Welcome, sweetheart. Oh, yes. Good night for those of you who cannot hang out. The replay will be available. So, do you feel that deep breath? The energy forecast. It goes without saying. For lack of a better word, and I hope earmuffs for little kids, if there's anyone, little kids watching. Shit is intense right now. All right. I'm not blind to that. It's going on. Yes, there's lots happening. And I don't want to really get into the whole spiel of what's happening. We all know what's happening. But what I will say is that there is a massive need for peace. There is a massive need for grounding at this time. Nothing has ever been achieved through panic, fear, and stress, but nothing positive has ever been achieved through panic, fear, and stress. And medically and scientifically, stress and fear actually lowers your immunity and leaves you open and receptive to illness, regardless of what kind of illnesses are out there. It does leave you open to illness. So really putting that extra stress and fear into your body and feeding your cells is not doing you any good. So the best thing that we can do together as a collective, as one, because we are all one, is to really unite together in peace. That does not mean to be blind and turn a blind eye to what is going on, but it does mean limit what you are absorbing, and it also means to be aware. Okay, so it is important to be aware of what is going on. I do think it is incredibly important to be cautious and take precautionary measures. To an extent, though, not to the point that you are feeding the chaos. Mass panic and mass fear is, imagine what that does to our body as an individual based on what I just said. Imagine the power of that oneness of the mass panic and the fear and what we are putting out there into the universe, into our consciousness collectively, into the earth grid. And really what we're feeding each other. We've got children and animals, our pets. So I think that now is the time more than ever where every single one of us, we are all light in the darkness, my friends. We all have a special divine gift. We are all divine. And I think that now more than ever is the time to turn on your torch, turn on your light, and anchor it, and ground it. We all have those moments. It's okay. I'm not telling you to ignore and repress. In fact, I actually talked about this a couple of times today. When someone feels like they're going into panic, well, now remember, as one, we may be tapping into the collective consciousness. We may be feeling the energy, especially those of you who are sensitives, those of you who are empaths. You could be tapping into the energy around you. And so it may bring up some fear. So what I said to someone today was, okay, so if you're feeling all of a sudden this panic come up, hello, beautiful Caitlin, welcome. If you're feeling this panic come up, ask yourself, okay, what am I afraid of? And then deal with that. Work through that. Talk yourself through that as if you would talk to your child. And the advice that you would give them, then give to yourself. Acknowledge it, because it's not okay to suppress at all, because that just creates monsters down the road. So acknowledge it, work with it, and then release it. Remember that the peace and love and being grounded is essential right now to your well-being and to everyone's well-being. We've got to remain grounded. We've got to focus our energy on what we want to create and what is occurring. Hello, beautiful Heather and Lynette. Welcome, beautiful ladies. I am talking about the energy forecast at this time. So you didn't really miss much. And I'm really talking about just maintaining peace, grounding as best as possible. Hey, Griselle. Oh, I've missed you too, sweetheart. I'm so happy that you did make it live. Great. So yeah, it's really important to stay grounded, to stay focused, to be that anchor of peace, be the light in the darkness, be the torch. It doesn't matter what skills, knowledge, whatever it is that you think you might need to have, you don't. Your internal light is gifted to you by the divine. And so it's really just about turning it on right now and anchoring that light, acknowledging fears when they come up and working through them, communicating, and then taking your power into your own hands and taking your power back. Like I said earlier, fear and stress leave us open to illness. It does lower the strength of our immunity system. So really, it's essential to keeping yourself in that place of grounded, anchored, rooted energy in peace. Another thing that I want to really talk about is this is a wonderful time for everyone to begin to tap into your internal guidance, your true north, your heart's voice, your soul's wisdom. This is the time for us to really start to listen to what resonates with us and to see through what is being presented as the surface information, to really look beyond the surface and try to see things from a bigger perspective. Try to look through and see what might really be occurring. And the reason for this is because everything has a purpose. Everything serves a role, good or bad. And it's Alexandria, everything serves a purpose. And I think it's essential for us to not take things at face value. It doesn't mean that you should not take things seriously. Please don't misunderstand my words. I think that you should listen to your internal guidance. Hello, beautiful Sue. Welcome. I'm so happy that you were able to make it. Thank you. So just talking a little bit about the energy forecast, what's going on, and this really essential need for peace and grounding right now, and focusing our energy on what we want to create, or the big question of why. What's really going on from a higher perspective? What might be really occurring? What might this lead to? What can we create out of darkness, or out of what might appear to be a disaster or catastrophe? We all know that towers have to crumble before we can build something new, right? So while that tower is crumbling, it seems incredibly scary. It makes a lot of noise, big bang, dust, might cloud our vision momentarily. But after all that dust settles and those building blocks lay around, you could see them as building blocks, or you could see them as rubble and disaster. Seeing them as building blocks is going to help us move forward after this. Okay, so it's really important, I think, to listen to your internal guidance, listen to your truth. This is a time where every single one of us, our lights are being turned on. We are being guided to rise up, rise through, and listen to truth. Now, my truth, what I speak, it might not resonate with the next person, and that's okay, because what I do, what I say, what I feel is what I need, is what my internal guidance says. And then the next person's internal guidance might tell them to say something that completely does not align or contradicts the next person. Worry about what resonates with you and do your very best. And do your very best to help each other. We can do our best to plant seeds. We can't make them grow. So remember that, everybody. We are all here in this together, whether we agree or whether we disagree. But everybody has their own role. Everything happens exactly as it's meant to, and sometimes it doesn't seem like it's meant to. It doesn't seem like it's the greatest thing, but there's something else going on behind the scenes. There's things that are happening in the higher realms that we can't even begin to fathom. So it is about taking what you're presented and finding a way to make it better. Alchemy, my friends. It's all about the transmutation. And I have been talking about the violet flame. I've been doing posts, creating grids. It is essential to taking what is presented and transforming it. We might be given lemons, but oh, how those lemons can make lemonade, right? Hi, Derek. Welcome. I'm so happy that you were able to make it. I'm just talking about the energy forecast. Sue says, very true. Let your higher self decide what's right for you. Hello, Doreen. Welcome, beautiful. Glad you made it. Noreen says, wow, one of my bosses should hear this. Oh, well, thank you for that. I love that you said that, Sue, because I do really feel like this is an opportunity, as I talked about embodying or really listening to your inner truth and allowing your truth to guide you, seeing through the surface information. I do feel like this is a wonderful opportunity for us to begin to align with our higher minds, with our higher self right now. And I was talking to a few people this week or last week because there's been a lot happening with me in my dream states. And there's been a lot happening to me during my waking day. That's been lots of shifting. And I actually said that I felt like I was shifting, and I could actually tell the difference when I was shifting between my higher self and shifting back between, my physical or lower self, or lower mind, whatever you want to call it. So I do feel like it's no coincidence, if you will, that everything is happening the way that it is. Also, we are leading into the not only the new moon, which is all about that planting new seeds, a rebirthing energy, but we are also leading into the spring equinox in the northern hemisphere, the autumn equinox in the southern hemisphere. Either way you look at it, the equinox is a time of equal day and equal night. The dark and the light align. Interestingly enough, about past 3 days, I've been having pressure headaches on and off throughout the day. Like, they'll be there, then they're not. They'll be there, and then they're not. And it's been about consistent for 3 days. So I sat down and I asked my, my higher self and my guides, why am I experiencing this headache? Now, I know there's a lot of crown chakra work happening. All right. So I kind of wanted to get a little bit more information and confirmation on that. And so I had asked, we're having major crown chakra transmutation, clearing, kind of like clearing the way. And I had asked, what's going on with my, with my, these on and off pressure headaches that I'm feeling. And the answer that I got, I didn't even consider. And it was that we're moving up to the spring equinox, or likewise the autumn equinox. And so the light and the darkness are beginning to come into, or getting ready to come into, a complete perfect alignment and balance. And simultaneously, they showed me my right and left hemispheres of my brain. And so I know from years and years ago, when my husband suffered from cluster headaches, that they were affected by daylight savings. And they were on a clock that was triggered by the fall equinox many, many years ago. And so through my research, I found how our biological clocks and our brains are actually affected by the equinoxes and the solstices. Hi, Casey. Hello, beautiful Laura. Welcome. So anything that you missed, you can catch back on the replay. I'm still kind of talking about the energy forecast right now, and talking about peace and calming energy and how essential it is right now for us all to really kind of embody that. But so I was shown the left and the right hemispheres of my brain and how we are going through our feminine and our masculine polarities are also being aligned, brought into balance with the equinox as well. So some of you may be feeling things like that as well. May notice the pressure. Obviously, there's everything should be checked out. Everything should be looked into. There's my disclaimer. But also there are metaphysical aspects to things as well. So like I said, I did check in because it isn't something that I have consistently. It's kind of like a little, maybe like an hour and then it's gone. And I've been noticing it for 3 days straight. And that's the information that I received was the alignment of the equinox is bringing in an alignment not only of our right and left hemispheres of our brains, which are connected to our feminine, our masculine polarities, but also our higher mind and our lower minds. There's that bridge and that alignment that's coming in there. The process of this, alchemy. Alchemy is the bridge that allows the alignments to occur. So lots of alchemy and transformations and transmutation occurring and essential right now. Hi, Catherine. Welcome. Deborah says experiencing a lot of lightheadedness. Yeah, I can relate there as well. So again, no panic, everybody. No fear about things, but obviously listen to your internal guidance and use your own common sense about checking things out. But the slightest things, a runny nose, don't go into a panic and fear. Kind of tune into yourself a little bit. And when you feel it's necessary to get something looked at, then you should. Okay. Oh, Noreen, that's very interesting. Well, if I can talk really briefly about something else about that, she says that it feels like her right and left are fighting balance. That may honestly be true because I don't want to get too much into this, but real quickly, my own personal theory, please, it's mine, and this is how I feel, so if you don't agree, that is okay. But how do I say this quickly? In a higher big picture scheme of things, I do work with the divine sacred feminine energy and how it is kind of rising back up into alignment with the divine masculine, okay? However, the distorted masculine is also what we refer to as the patriarchy, is been what has been out of balance, out of alignment for the last, I don't know how many thousands of years. So as the feminine and the masculine are being urged to be brought together, there is energetic resistance with the masculine or patriarchal program within us, within the world, that is resisting the balance and the alignment. So this could be what you are feeling. You also could be tapping into the collective of that, if that makes any sense. Okay, so I tried to put that as in layman's terms as I possibly could and without going into a whole big spiel on it. Hi, Leah. Welcome, love. So we are, again, moving into a time of alignment. This is also, we are really moving into the age of Aquarius. I don't know if anybody got to see a post that I shared on my page by an amazing astrological source called Astro Mama. If you go down a few posts, you'll find it there. She does the astrology. She just works with astrology, period. But she did astrology based on kind of like what's going on right now. And what she had to say was, oh my goodness, dead ringer for what I resonated with, kind of what I was talking about with this whole, back in January we talked about the Pluto Capricorn Saturn alignment that hasn't happened for 500 years. Definitely is something that's being, the whole scenario was triggered by that. But again, it's not about is or isn't it. It's about just taking what's presented and finding the positive way forward and remaining in our states of peace, centeredness, grounded, and focusing on where we want to go, not on what negativity is occurring, all right? So really kind of rising up, promoting the peace, promoting love, compassion for one another, regardless of who believes what and says what. Again, we're all in this together, so it's really about finding that harmonious balance, and that's what's occurring right now. So all we can do is our best, and yeah, so I think that's it right now for the energy forecast. We'll go into the message, but the mudra that I'm actually going to be working with today is not a mudra from my deck. It's a mudra that was guided to me, and I'll talk more about that when we get to that. All right. Katrina says, makes perfect sense. I very often feel my personal patriarchal masculine fighting the rise of the divine feminine. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I mean, it's real. You know, we all have masculine, feminine within us. We all carry the traumas, the wounds, the memories in our cells, in our DNA, in our ancestral inheritance of the things that have occurred. And so those things are still working through us until we put that stop to it, until we say no more, until we begin to embody both aspects of ourselves. So it is about that oneness within, not just without. Okay. Yes, Sue. Aho. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to pull the oracle message, and then I'm going to make sure I'm not leaving anything else out. I know the new moon is coming, but I'm not sure of the dates. Don't judge me. I have a little handy app for that because I'm losing track of time. I don't know where I'm at right now. So the 24th. So we have a week. However, again, the 19th is the equinox, okay? So it is that time of the balance between the light and dark where they are in actual perfect alignment. A really great time to work on what you would like to bring into your life, birth into your life, and planting those new seeds. So the new moon is going to follow right along with that. The energy is going to be super potent for renewal and rebirth. The oracles did send out a March newsletter. I think it was March 1st it went out. If you didn't receive it or you would like to subscribe, again, you could go to our website at oraclesofthelight.com and subscribe, and you will get the newsletter for March, and you'll get the newsletter that we just sent out today, which was all about different tips for remaining calm amidst the chaos. So really powerful stuff in there. But also that March newsletter that went out did have a lot of insight as well as to what you can do to embody the energy of the equinox, also known as Ostara in the northern hemisphere, and Samhain in the southern hemisphere. I'm sorry, not Samhain, Mabon in the southern hemisphere right now. Okay, so either way, you've got the balance and alignment there. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and get into the message, the oracle message for the week. And I'm really feeling like really strong energy in here with me today. So I'm really interested to see this mudra because I know it's not going to be the usual for us. It's a mudra that I did not have in my decks, and I did feel like there might be some vocal toning that's going to go along with this mudra today. So I am interested to see about this. You know, Spirit takes every opportunity to have some healing or some activations and upgrades come in. So we'll see what happens. All right. I am still working with the Transcendent Journeys Oracle by my lovely sister, Cheryl Yambrick Rose. Okay. All right. So let's just take a nice deep breath in and relax. Let all the tension and the stress, worry, all fall away. Unclench your jaws. Relax your shoulders. Let's get nice and comfortable. And we are going to call forth guidance for the collective good for the week of March 16th, 2020. Yep. This card, funny enough, was coming up consecutive day after day for me. The very beginning of last week or the end of the week before that, which was funny because it was before all of this chaos hit, and I was having a hard time understanding the message. And every day she would, it's been, no, yeah, I just heard, no, it's been longer. It's been close to 3 weeks. Every day this message would come in and I would say, okay, well, I don't understand what you're trying to say to me. And so the message would keep coming back in because that's, what Spirit does. So I completely understood by the beginning of last week. And apparently the rest, I needed to experience it and understand it so that I could communicate it. So the card is number 39, which is a 12, which is a 3. Numerically speaking, 3s are all about cycles coming full circle, past, present, and future aligning to give us the opportunity to clear, to begin to birth a new cycle, because 3s are also about starting something new. It is also a very powerful number of creation and the Trinity. So this is an opportunity for us to clear out the old and birth a new. So there's where the creation aspect comes in, because we create through our thoughts, what we believe, what we tell ourselves, and what we feed our body, and what we feed into the energy around us. So it is all about what you are creating this week, all right? The card is the Legend of Spider-Woman. Detach, seek refuge. When this card first came up, now Spider-Woman is whoa, okay? She comes in, she means business, and she really was presenting herself everywhere for me. I was even having dreams about spider webs dangling down in front of a dark cave. All right, look at this. So the message at first to me was detach, right? Remove myself from a situation, seek refuge. Made me feel like I needed to kind of go into hiding. But that didn't resonate with me, because what was going on in my life at the time, it didn't make sense for me to do that. God, Jillian, don't do it. You're going to have me laughing like a fool up in here. So stop that. Cobwebs. See what you did? All right. I'm easily distracted. I was talking about spiders, Spider-Woman. See what you did? You made me just lose my complete train of thought. You're going to be banned from Magical Me, Jillian. I'm going to knock you off my program here. It didn't resonate with my situations at the time to detach, to kind of go into like a hiding, right? It didn't make sense to me. As time went on, I really did begin to understand exactly what it was that she was trying to convey. And it was detach from the drama, detach from the negative energy. Seek refuge did not mean to go into hiding. It did not mean to pull the blankets over my head and wait until it all went away. Instead, what it meant for me was to find that place within me that was my sanctuary. Find that place within my life and create it around me. Create the refuge through my own sense of peace, serenity. We can choose to not be affected, to not be swayed, to not be controlled by the energy that is out there. The same way that we can clear the cycles, clear and stop our ancestral patterning, karmic patterning and cycles through us. We can stop it across space and time, backwards and forwards. Stops with us. So that was the message for me a few weeks ago. And only because of her guidance Do I now fully understand how very essential that is right now with what we're all experiencing in the universe or in the world? So it's really about detaching from the negative output. That doesn't mean everybody's supposed to be all positive and light and airy. You know, I'm a huge part of working with the sacred feminine is dealing with your stuff, really going down deep and dealing with the shadows. And so therefore, if those things are coming up, it is essential to deal with them, to acknowledge them, to work through them, the fears, what is being presented to you or told to you. It is really about you taking what you're given, looking through it, listening to your internal guidance, not taking everything at face value, and going with what is best for you, what is best for your family. Create a sacred space internally, and then create it externally. Teach your children how to do the same, how to listen to their instincts, how to find that peace within them, how to calm the mind, how to anchor their energy, how to connect with the power of the trees outside, how to absorb the sunlight and pull that in, to transmute, to remove static, chaotic, stuck energy around them. So you are the light bearers here, my friends. It's no accident that anybody finds themselves listening to this, because this is our call to action. Detach from the chaos. Detach from the old, outdated paranoia programs. I don't know if all of you just saw that, but I saw it with my physical eyes. There was almost like a, we're going to have to catch this back on replay, and I'm not sure. Does anybody see the time on this right now? Is there a timestamp that you could put in the comments for me so I could look back and find this a little bit easier? Hello, beautiful Annie. Welcome, hun. I just pulled the card. I'll show it to you in a second. But I saw that. I saw that with my physical eyes, and it tends to happen. I've noticed it happening a lot more lately. So energy is with me here, and I do call on my ancestors, my family of light, before I do start a session. 42 minutes in. Thank you, hun. All right. So you saw it? All right. It was on this side here. 44 minutes. Ooh, okay. Oh, it's interesting. It's different for everybody. That's really interesting. But just before the 42. Okay. I'll check out then. Thank you so much. All right. So, well, I don't even know where I was at again. See, I told you I'm very easily distracted. So it is really about detaching. And the card, I'll show it again for those of you just popping in. It's detach and seek refuge. It is the legend of the Spider Woman. And the legend with the Spider Woman, I should say, is I'm not 100%. I always confuse her and Buffalo Woman because they really do. I think it was very similar. When chaos ensued, something major was going on. The Spider Woman actually urged the humans at that time to go below the surface, look beneath the surface, and kind of detach from what was the chaos and maybe, whatever's going on at that time. And this is where they lived for a time, I believe, with their, some of the other beings and the races that were on this planet at that time. And then they were able to emerge when things were better. However, this is not about going into hiding. This is not about pulling the wool over your eyes and the blankets over your heads. This is about seeing through illusion, but detaching from the drama. We do not have to challenge. We do not have to fight. If that is your call, then that's your call. And hey, go do what you need to do. But it's not really about that. It's about the peace and about honoring your truth and speaking your truth and doing what you need to do for you and for your family that aligns with who you are, with what you intuitively feel and know within your being. So disconnect from the old, outdated paranoia, fear, that power control, that struggle, and align with seeking refuge. To me is about that inner sanctuary, coming into that place of peace, of oneness within, and finding that peace all around you, or creating it all around you. Because remember, the number 3 in this card was all about ending old cycles for the birth of a new. It is the number of creation. So what are you creating? What do you want to see in this world? Whatever you believe, whatever you really truly understand or connect with that's going on at this time, that's irrelevant. Because regardless of what it is that might be going on, what is it that you want to continue to see happen? What do you want to create in this world? Because we are all, every single one of us, powerful co-creators. And you are creating with your mind. And there's a 30 viewers for that number 3 again. Okay? So, detach. Seek sanctuary is what I'm going to say within yourself. And create that sanctuary all around you. And the mudra that we're going to work with today is going to assist us all with that. Okay? Dawn says the energy we were feeling earlier. Yeah, and I'm still feeling it. My crown and forehead is on fire right now. So, hi, beautiful Lisa. Welcome. You missed a few things. You missed the message of the week as well as the energy forecast, but it is going to be available on replay. Okay? All right, so we will go into the mudra. Oh, and before I go further, I wanted to say, so beautiful Laura Scott, she messaged me actually right before before I went live, and Laura is a spiritual life coach, and she messaged me with a video that she had that she created. Did you do it live, Laura? I don't know if you did it live or not. I'm going to share it to my page after this is done, so long as you don't mind. Because earlier today while I was making breakfast, and I was going over things that we were putting into the newsletter for the one that Oracle's released today, I actually received a message about tapping. I didn't really look further into it, and I didn't go put it into the newsletter. But tapping is something that I am familiar with. Laura does work with tapping a lot more and has experienced its the profound help and healing and calming energy that it does generate when working with it. So I'm going to share that. Is it public, Laura? Because I know that if it's not public, I won't be able to share it. So if it's not public, if you would like to, as long as you don't mind, if you don't mind me sharing it onto Magical Me, I'm going to do that for everybody because I have worked with tapping, and I was actually having a conversation with my husband before the live, and sometimes when I get nervous, I intuitively start tapping on my heart center. I catch myself going like this when I get like really like worried about something, or I go into a panic, which is very rare. But when I do, it's usually because my kids created it. I actually start tapping on my heart chakra. So I think tapping is a very fantastic thing, and children can do this as well. So I'm going to share that. So, all right. You too, Sue. Yeah, I find that interesting because I never knew what tapping was until actually where I met Laura was mediumship classes. And we were taught by our lovely teacher, Ashton Flanagan, the power of tapping. And we didn't really go into it too much, at least while I was there. So I just knew just a tiny bit about it. But every now and then I catch myself doing it. So without having more of the background on it, Laura does, and she talks about it in her video. So yeah, no, thank you, sweetheart. And thank you for sending it to me. All right. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to get into the mudra. So I looked through both of my mudra card decks, and I keep seeing that energy. And I am covered in chills. I don't know if you guys can see that or not because there's a glare, but I've got goosebumps. Yes, I know that the energies are here to assist, and there. So it's going to be more than just a powerful mudra. All right. Oh my God, maybe the end of last week, the Hindu god, Lord Vishnu, began showing up in my cards. And I thought that was rather interesting because Vishnu is not one that I usually work with, and he does not often come in. And so there was something very interesting about it, and I knew it. I just had to pay attention, but I didn't fully put the two and two together. As you know, sometimes our messages unravel later. So when I went looking for a mudra to assist the collective in calming down, in bringing that peace internally, and not only bringing the peace, but activating a harmonious balance of energy within us. When I went looking for it, the mudra that I found was Vishnu. It is the Vishnu mudra. So I cannot show it to you, but for those of you who did sign up for our newsletter and you did receive the newsletter today, it is in that. And I'll post it. I'll still post it on my page. But it is in that newsletter, and how to do it is there as well. So we're going to do this one, and I am going to do my very, very best to show it to you. But my fingers, I don't know what's going on, but it's just this, my one ring finger does not extend all the way up if my middle finger is not. So I'm not really sure what that's about. But my daughter could do it, so it's clearly just something wrong with me and my ring finger. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about it really quickly. So again, it's called the Vishnu mudra. Vishnu is one of the three creator gods in the Hindu culture. There is a trinity of masculine gods and a trinity of feminine gods. And so those three are Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. And so Vishnu is this mudra brings balance and peace. Detoxifies the body. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Sue. It's on our website, so you can get it from there, oraclesofthelight.com. Okay. So it's very interesting how powerful this one is, and it's so very relevant right now. Again, it brings balance and peace, detoxifies the body, boosts immunity, reduces stress and anxiety, calms the nervous system, balances hormones, brings balance to the right and left hemispheres of the brain. Look at that. Supports respiratory health, infuses the body with oxygen, cleanses the lungs, encourages mental clarity and focus, increases the positive effect of pranayama if performed with it. So how to practice this Vishnu mudra. So you are obviously going to come into a comfortable seated position. You're going to make sure that your spine is nice and straight. You're going to drop your shoulders down so you don't have yourself like this. And just relax. So then you are going to place your hands on the thighs or knees with your palms facing upward. Okay? You're going to curl the forefinger and the middle finger inwards. All right? So these two fingers are going to be curled inwards. The other three, I'm gonna try to hold it back so I can show you, are supposed to be out like this. Okay? But you're going to have your hands, these will be curled in. See, I told you it doesn't stay up. I really have no idea what's going on with that. It's like it makes the rest of them move. So your thumb is going to be up, these two fingers up. And you want them facing up like this on your lap or on your knees. Oh, Noreen, it's a good one. All right, so if you are like me and have problems extending your ring finger, do your best. Really, Katrina, good. It's not just me. Maybe it has something to do with our DNA. I don't know. You can't do it either? Okay, good. It's not just me. Do your best, all right? So what you're going to do, you're going to close your eyes. And I'm going to incorporate some magic with this, all right? So when you close your eyes, I want you to take a nice deep breath in. And I want you to envision violet fire being pulled in through your nose beginning to fill that crown chakra, third eye, as it moves upward like a torch of violet light, transmuting, clearing all energetic debris and blockage. Release that breath, blowing that violet fire and flame down through your body, out the base of your spine, down into Mother Earth. Once more, deep breath in. Pull the violet flame in through your nose. See it filling every inch of your being, moving up through your crown, pouring out into your auric field, and release the breath, blowing the fire down through your body, through your lower chakras, down into the base of your spine, transmuting, purifying, sending it down into the earth grid. Last time, deep breath, pulling in the violet flame, transmuting energy all around you, within you. Release the breath, blowing that energy out, sending that flame down through your body, down through the base of your spine, through the soles of your feet, into your Earth Star chakra, transmuting, clearing, restoring into the earth grid. Again, take a nice deep breath in and state, I am a pillar of peace and violet fire. Only love is real. Again, I am a pillar of peace and violet fire. Only love is real. Last time, I am a pillar of peace and violet fire. Only love is real. Keep your eyes closed. Hold the position. I'm going to bring in some vocal toning and some light language to further facilitate this mantra, this mudra. And just breathe in the sound. And you can do it along with me if you choose. Nice deep breath in again. Ish yarat inuk irmet ishen. Merit irat unakiat enyat eshim. Merit eshim anyat et irut unar. Baratin not eshim ak inat et irut. Baratin nakeshim yanyat et innat et irut unaria inet eshim. Ak ionoriatieri imiaraniat eshim. Verat ushim inak irat ir ar aniat eshim. Irot Vratishim ar. Take a nice deep breath in and ground that energy. And release. In divine love and peace. And so it is. Everything is purple. All I see is purple right now. Whew. Hello, beautiful Lori and Tammy. You popped in, and Kathleen, welcome. You popped in there on the end of that. So everything obviously will be available on replay. So thank you so very much for tuning in. I do hope that that does assist you. You can watch this back and kind of fast forward through to this part if you feel the need at any time to rewatch this back, to work with that mudra and the mantra. You can recite that daily as long as you need. Teach it to your children, your spouses, your friends, whoever you feel needs it, whenever you feel it needs to be shared, do so. Remember, you too are lights in the darkness. Thank you so much for being here. Love, magical blessings, and I will see you again soon, and a blessed equinox to all. Bye-bye.